Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Harry Knuckles podcast with me, your host, Chad. And of course, I'm not by myself. I'm joined by my partner in crime, Hunter. Say what up, man.
What's going on, people?
This week, a lot will be discussed, and I'm fully aware that we need to atone for how much we messed up, how many mistakes we made last week. There, just so much went wrong. We made so many horrible predictions, but we're gonna own up to that, okay? Right, Hunter? We're gonna own up to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'll own up to it. I will.
Last week we're trying to have certain upsets as far as the picks go, and none of them I believe were correct. If I'm not mistaken,
Um, well, I had the Giants beating the Falcons, and I got that right.
was that
And
considered an upset?
sort of, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it is.
It depends.
Yeah,
Depends on who you are
it depends on the kind of Giants that are playing as well, I guess.
and the Eli Manning that comes. Yes.
Yes. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just do a quick recap of the games of week 5. What games did you watch this week? Or sorry, last week?
Last week I watched the Eagles Rams, and then I watched the Bengals Patriots and Jets Chargers. So I
Wow.
picked I picked the worst games to watch all week.
Eagles Rams was all right, I guess. You know, the
It
score
was
was a
alright.
bit
It was
closer.
it was it was bad till the end, and then at the end when you thought there was a chance that Austin Davis could bring them back, you're kind of just hoping they do because the Eagles were playing horrible.
Yeah.
Well, not horrible. They can't run the ball, and so Nick Foles is throwing over 50 passes again. So. I don't
Yeah.
know. I kind of wanted to see a comeback from a guy who nobody even knows about, but it didn't happen. So
I happened to just sort of glance at the end of that game because I think Baltimore had just finished playing, which we'll get to. But I think they had just finished playing, and I was watching the end of it and to see if Austin Davis could mount that comeback, and I saw his deep throw attempts, man. Oh dear, it was just like it wasn't a good look. It really wasn't.
yeah.
But can you just tell me, because I'm not sure, how did the Eagles' offense look after being not very good last week against San Fran?
They look decent.
They
They
didn't.
they still did. Yeah, they didn't look. I mean, they definitely didn't look as bad against the Niners, but they didn't look as good as their potential is, or they're not as good as the roster says they could be.
Gotcha. So, as far as the differential between the points scored by special teams and defense and offense, were they mostly offense this time?
Well, I mean, on their first special teams attempt, they had a block punt. So
Oh wow, of course.
for a touchdown. So
Really?
yeah, I don't remember if at the end of the game that they had more special teams and defense and offense again. I don't remember. I really should have looked that up. But
Hmm.
their offense definitely took a step forward from where they were before.
Gotcha.
Like a big step up.
Well, that's good. It's all in the O line, man. It really is for them.
Yeah,
Um.
exactly.
Okay. So that was one game. The games that you saw on Sunday. Anything about Jets Chargers that you want to mention?
That Gino is horrible, and then Michael
What?
Vick, and then Michael Vick came in and did not do anything. And that and Philip Rivers is an elite quarterback, and he's the most underrated quarterback in the entire league, in my opinion. And maybe not underrated because I mean he's always in conversation, but I don't think he's talked about enough. Like he this year is one of the top three quarterbacks so far this year.
I've actually heard, rumblings about him being like so far in the first 5 weeks that, he's MVP material
He
for,
is.
first place. And I definitely agree. It's weird how Philip Rivers, like, he's been playing for a long, long time, like 12 plus seasons.
Yeah.
So, like, he's been around and, he has done well. And he's had great defenses over the years. and it's just weird how he just hasn't really overcome that hump. But I think this season might be the one where more and more and more people are going to know about Phillip Rivers because they might be the best team in the AFC, man. They really might
It's
be.
that they're in the conversation, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially because of the way the Bengals played last week,
Oh
and
dear.
it's just so. I mean, it's the way you look at it. Right now, the Chargers, you could say they're the best, maybe behind the Broncos, but they're definitely top three. Because on NFL.com, they're number one right now in the league, actually.
As far as power rankings, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the Jets don't have an offense, period, and they don't have.
Well, Eric Decker's been hurt, so that does hurt. Their one decent receiver is
But
hurt.
Eric Decker is not a playmaker
He's
like
not.
that.
Yeah, but
I mean, like if he's the
he's
best
still
wideout you've
good.
got and his hamstring is bothering him, you don't have an offense. Period. Especially if you have a terrible
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just get your opinion on this because I don't like the negativity that's being drawn to the Jets as an organization because I just, no one likes to see a team be bad for so long, right?
Well,
But
it's not even like the Jets have been bad for that long. Because remember, a couple years ago, they were in the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row with Mark Sanchez. Now,
yeah,
granted, they had LT, but they were still Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez's first 2 years with the Jets. They were in the AFC Championship game and almost made it to the Super Bowl one of those times.
but it seems so
So,
long because of the repeated failures within the past 2 years.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
because the games have been so streaky with if they're going to play badly, it's going to be a stretch.
hmm
It amplifies how many weaknesses they have as a team. And honestly, remember what I said 2 episodes ago about I think the Jets win more games if Vic plays more games than Gino does.
yes, I do remember that.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and erase that from the record.
Don't take it back. Don't take it
No,
back.
because first of all, Vic's not going to get the games that Gino does. That's already been pretty much confirmed. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, Vic, I don't know if he was just cold and they just threw him out there, but he didn't change the game in any way. I think he only completed like 12 passes once he started playing. So,
I
uh,
think it was less than that.
maybe he attempted 12 passes.
Yeah, I
Um,
think he attempted. He was like 6 for 10 or something like that. It
but
was it was something ridiculous.
yeah, the Jets Chargers game was the only game that I had. I couldn't even watch the Arizona Denver game, which was a blowout as well. But
Yeah, because the way we had it here locally was that it was on Fox and we didn't get a Fox game.
after
So
21-0, I stopped watching and started playing Madden. So I didn't even finish watching that one. I just figured, all right, I've had enough. Um,
you took a break.
yeah, I did. Okay, so there's a few more highlighted games from Sunday, October
Here, I'm
5th.
I'm gonna I'm gonna ask an opinion from you.
An opinion from me? Okay.
How did you feel about your Ravens when they played the Colts?
Are you referring to this Sunday?
Yeah, yeah. Because I
uh,
didn't get a chance to watch the game, so I
man.
pretend that. Well, I guess I mean act like I didn't know the score or if I didn't know anything that happened. How would you explain what happened
Okay. All
in the
right.
game?
All right. Just so you know, our performance against Carolina last week really sparked a hope in me as far as our offense goes. Because I know that our defense is still developing, but it's still good. It still looks
Yeah.
good. They're still able to make plays. They're still able to get to the ball. But the thing is, this week, however, this week we're going up against Andrew Luck, right? And even
Mhm.
though I think he threw for one touchdown and ran for another, if I'm not mistaken. What was the score? Oh, 20, yeah, 2013. So he only scored on us twice. So our defense didn't get diced up by him, but the problem was lack of execution on offense. Like on the very first possession by Baltimore, Steve Smith fumbles. On the very first possession. And Joe Flacco was sacked 4 times in the first half after going, I believe, 3 weeks without being sacked once. or only being sacked once. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Indy's defense is really that good, but we just looked amateurish by comparison. Maybe it's the fact that we weren't at home, but uh, nah, I don't know, man. I'm not saying I've lost hope anything. Even though everyone loves being week to week, I still think that we're a good football team. I just think the Colts offense is scary. That's all I gotta say. Colts offense is scary.
Hmm. I do believe that. Andrew Luck is the reason they're scary.
Most
If
definitely, yeah.
because if you put an average quarterback in their roster, how well do you think they do? I mean, so obviously someone better than like when they were 2-14, but like what if you put an average quarterback in there
If you put Christian
who
Ponder on the,
not even well Christian Ponder's bad. I can't think of an average
I'd call
quarterback in my
Andy Dalton
mind.
average.
Well, that's an argument for a different day.
Let's see. Mike Glennon. Is he average?
Man, I can't think of anyone.
Is
Who?
Brandon Hoyer average?
Yeah, Brian Hoyer. If you put Brian Hoyer
Oh yeah,
in
Brian
their
Hoyer.
offense, how well do you think they do?
Um, I mean, they
If you
still
put
got pretty threatening receivers.
if you put Johnny Manziel in their offense, how well do they do?
Yeah, I think honestly, I do agree with you in that the Colts offense is mainly a threat simply because of how talented Andrew Luck is. So I will second that. I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Okay, okay.
But speaking of explanations, we need to talk about. You need to explain yourself and the entire Cincinnati Bengals franchise for what happened
Oh, you even had the
fifth.
time and the date.
Yes, I don't care how much airtime you need to do that. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I'm
man.
I'm
Let me
just
know.
happy you weren't tweeting me, and I'm just happy you weren't texting me.
I'm a good
I'm just
friend.
happy. Yes. See, because I'm gonna say a story. Last year during after the wild card game, and I'm sitting in front of my TV about to cry because of three straight losses in the playoffs, first round. I got about a million texts telling me how sorry they were. Like I couldn't even handle people saying sorry.
Wait, say that last bit again. You couldn't handle what?
I couldn't handle people texting me saying how sorry they were.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I was just like, shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Because I was like, how about your Redskins last year? Huh? 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 Losing to the Seahawks. But,
Yeah.
so you want me to explain what happened?
No, I just okay. I don't need an explanation of like what happened because I did watch it, right? I did
Yes.
watch it, and I was really rooting for you and the Bengals and everything. But I just want to know like why they struggle so much in on offense.
Well,
Why?
I'm gonna say this. It wasn't Andy Dalton's fault this time.
Okay.
He did throw some bad passes, but he didn't throw any picks. He didn't make any bad decisions like he has been in the past.
Yeah.
So this game, it was on. We had a couple. Jermaine Gresham had a drop touchdown in the first quarter.
Yeah, I saw that. I also tweeted Jermaine Stonehands Gresham, by the way. Go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't see that. I did not see that. I'm gonna go through your Twitter and find that.
Yes, it's a gem. Go ahead and find it.
Um, it was our defense. I mean, our offense
Yeah.
had its mistakes, but I mean, if I think if Vontez Burfict was in the game, I don't think we lose. To be honest with you, because I think
Um,
Stephen Ridley would not have gone off like he did in the running game.
Him and Chamberlain did.
Oh, Stephen Ridley did good too. Both of them
Yeah,
did
both
really
of them went
well.
off against Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah, they would not have ran the ball nearly as well. Tom Brady would not have had as much time in the pocket as he did to make those throws. And I just feel like as a group, they just would have played better if Vontez was in the game. Like, because he's the leader of the team, really the leader of the whole team, not just the defense. And so when you lose your captain of the team, then not a whole lot of good's gonna happen. I didn't think I picked us to win. I didn't pick us to win by much, and we ended up getting destroyed. So
Okay. Part two to that question. I don't know why you would know this, but I don't. As I watched it, I was wondering why, um, like Tim Wright and Gronkowski went off, basically doing the same thing over and over again. They just sort of Tom Brady just abused the seam over and over and over again, and
yes.
like, why couldn't Cincinnati do any sort of adjustment to that? Because as I was watching it, I was like, man, he's getting a lot of time in the pocket. Like, do you think Vontez Burfict as a whole just sort of just makes the defense play better at every position? So that's what you're saying?
I'm not trying to say that. I don't want to get quoted for that because like if this week he comes back and then we do crap again, then that'll be horrible.
Yeah, I got you.
But it's kind of like a mental thing where like if your captain goes out, then it kind of messes with you mentally. Now, as a professional football player, that shouldn't really mess you up at all.
Yeah, I understand.
And I'm not saying that's the reason we lost, because really, as a whole, the whole team played bad. And if you look, the Bengals have not done very well on Sunday Night Football or any primetime
Yeah,
game in
yeah.
that matter. I really don't have an explanation for why they lost. If I'm
Okay.
being if I'm being 100% honest, it was just the whole team just didn't show up.
Okay.
That's basically what ended up happening.
Okay. I think we'll stumble across the reason for that. When we talk
Soon
about
we will
no,
find out.
we'll stumble across it right now because we're going to talk about
Right.
these New England Patriots.
Okay.
Last week, I made a crucial error. I said, and I quote, "On paper, there is no way that New England could win against Cincinnati because
And it's
Cincinnati
true.
has a better football team. Period."
It
That's what I
all
said.
that both of them are 100% true.
That's what I said. But I should have known better than to count out New England. I didn't voice my opinion on that last week, but I do think that Kansas City beating them down the way they did is not indicative of them as a whole. They just got whooped like on all three units. So
Yeah.
I do still think they're. I wouldn't say they're good, but I think just they kind of willed their way to a victory over a really good team. You know what I mean? Like they just got
Yeah.
humiliated, and
It was a
there's no way it's
motivation game.
happening twice.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially on Sunday Night Football at their house.
Right. But I still don't think they're good though. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't think they're very good either.
The defense is though. I'll
And
give
I'm
them
not
that.
saying that as a fan of the Bengals. I'm saying that as an analyst on the show.
As an analyst, yes.
Yeah, I went there.
Okay. Let's see here. The Niners beat the Chiefs 22-17. Didn't watch that one. Did you hear anything about that?
I kept every 5 minutes the replay was coming up because the Chargers game was that bad
Yeah, Chargers, man.
that I just kept getting replays of that game, and every time I looked at it, I was like, why can't I watch this? Like
Hmm.
that is arguably game of the week. I think that was game of the week. It was
Yeah.
either gonna be that. It was either gonna be that or Cardinals Broncos, and then Peyton Manning went off, so that kind of ruined that.
Yeah, our location isn't the best. It wasn't the best for week 5. I'll say that much.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Vikings versus Packers. They played on Thursday. I almost forgot about that game.
We both got that right because we both
Uh,
said that the Packers would destroy.
we both got that one right. I almost hit the upset button last week and said, "All right, yeah, I'll go Vikings."
That's
But
because Bridgewater wasn't playing. If Bridgewater was playing, I would have considered it.
even if
But
Bridgewater
when you
was
have,
playing, I still would have said Packers because they're at
uh,
Lambeau Field. That's mainly
no, I'm
why.
saying I would have considered it. I'm not saying I would have picked them.
Okay.
Just so you know, don't put words in my mouth.
Hindsight is 2020, by the way. Yeah, there's nothing really to mention about that. I'm not even gonna waste any breath on that. The Packers beat them 42-10, so there's that. Okay, now my favorite game of the week, or it was actually this week, Seahawks versus Redskins. The
Ooh,
Seahawks won 27-17. Did you watch that one? Please tell me you did.
yes, I did. I did. And see, both my dad and my brother are both diehard Seahawk fans.
Hmm.
So I've been having to deal with that for a couple years now,
Right.
and watching the game, my dad, he was nervous. As I'm watching the game, I see he's nervous, especially towards the end when the Redskins started scoring. He was sweating a little
He
bit. He
definitely
broke
had
a
a reason
sweat.
to be, that's for sure.
He broke a sweat. He broke a sweat.
Okay, all right. I have a really, really good question. Like, I'm kind of proud of myself for this one. Doug Baldwin was quoted saying, for those of you who don't know, Russell Wilson had, I believe, like 122 yards rushing and 200 yards passing. He had an amazing game. One rushing
Broke
TD, one passing TD. He
broke the
looked
record. Broke the rushing record for
Monday night, yeah,
quarterback
Monday Night
on Monday
Football.
Night
Yeah,
Football.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing performance. But it's a double-edged thing because after the game, Doug Baldwin said it's frustrating. His performance was frustrating for the offense as a whole because he shouldn't need to do that. And do you think that that's true? Do you think
When did
that
he say that? When did he say that?
he said it after the game?
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I saw it on First Take yesterday.
Oh, I never got that.
Yeah, he said
Okay.
it's frustrating
I'm
as a team
disappointed
for
in
him to.
myself.
Yeah, man, you call yourself an analyst. You didn't know about that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You got
Yeah,
me there.
but I was thinking to myself, yeah, I think Russell should only play like maybe 2 or 3 games like that a year. What do you think, seeing as you saw him doing magical things Monday?
I think Russell Wilson has the potential to be elite. I don't think he's elite now, just because he doesn't really need to be.
Right?
And because when you have Marshawn Lynch, you don't need to be elite. You just need to hand the ball off.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I don't know, because Doug Baldwin has said some stuff about Russell Wilson in the past too. It's not like this is just a first time thing that he's. Because during training camp, he was saying stuff about him, and then towards the beginning of the year, he was saying stuff.
Stuff like what?
I cannot remember the quote. He
What,
just
negative
left
things?
it. Yeah, like he it was negative stuff, and you could tell like he never like mentioned like specifically who he was talking about, but he was obviously talking about Russell Wilson. I can't remember exactly what he said,
Hmm.
and it's frustrating me that it just left my mind all of a sudden. So really, it's not surprising that he said that because I know what he's his past.
Wait, what do you think that quote means?
What was the quote again?
The quote was, "It's frustrating that Russell Wilson had to rush the way that he did. Like the fact that he had to do so much with his legs for us to win the game." That's what he was saying, meaning the offense as a whole needs to step up so he
Yeah,
has time to do that. He wasn't saying that it's frustrating
that
that.
he's doing it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
frustrated that he has. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Because what he did, although amazing, realistically is very dangerous as a
yeah.
franchise quarterback.
Now Russell Wilson, he's really one of the only quarterbacks that knows when to give up a play. Though
Yeah, I will say,
he's that guy that he'll slide.
yeah, he only took
And
like one shot the whole game,
yeah,
from what I saw, and that was in the pocket from what I
yeah,
saw.
that wasn't
So,
even his fault.
so Redskins. I'm actually pretty proud of the Redskins, even though they
Yeah,
lost 17-27. They showed a
if you
little bit of pride.
yeah, if you're the Redskins, you are very, very happy about the way you came out of that game
He didn't throw any
because,
picks. Kirk
yeah,
Cousins threw no
Kirk Cousins, he
picks.
didn't throw picks. And the fact that everyone said that they would get destroyed, and then you're down 7 points with 2 minutes to go. That is good.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that you had a shot at winning is just amazing for them.
But the score should have been 48-17, just saying.
It
Um,
yeah, it could have been.
offensive discipline is an issue for Seattle. I think they definitely need to iron that out because 3 touchdowns that Percy Harvin called back. If I had Percy
Yeah,
Harvin on my fantasy
three
team,
touchdowns.
oh my gosh. Sorry, what?
I was just saying that he had 3 touchdowns
All of
taken
which
back.
called back. That's, man. But they got the W anyway, so that's fantastic
Yeah.
for them. So, are we ready to move on to week 6 and do our picks? Hello? Yes? Are we ready?
I'm ready if you are.
Okay, all right. This is the fun part right here. Um, all right. I'm not gonna.
This is your favorite part of the whole
This is my
show.
favorite part because I get a chance to press the upset button. I don't think I'm gonna do it this week because last week I got burned for it.
Well,
But
that means this week it's gonna happen.
then again, New England did win, so I don't know anymore. Forget it. All right.
It's confusing, man. It's
Thursday,
confusing.
Thursday night football, October 9th. The Texans will be playing against the Colts. That's a home game for the Texans. Who do you got in that one?
Colts.
You say
I mean,
Colts?
yeah,
You sure?
yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Are you picking the Texans?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not picking the Texans. No,
I'm just making because you're sounding like you were about to.
I just want to
I'm
make
just making
sure that by the time next week rolls around and the Texans win,
So
by
you want me to say it 3 times so you know?
yeah, so it's locked in. Yeah, so you're going
So
with Colts.
yes.
Okay, all right. Buffalo Bills are playing against the Patriots, and that's a home game for Buffalo. Both teams 3-2.
Patriots.
You're going Patriots.
Yeah. It's kind of tough, but Kyle Orton, he can't. He needs to play better in the first half than he did
Against the
last week.
Lions, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're playing the Patriots and you're down 14 or whatever, and you're in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady's not gonna let you win. I don't care who his wide receivers are.
Man, this is a tough one.
It was tough for me to figure it out.
Um,
And the Bills are home.
I'm gonna
Don't
go
forget that.
boring and say Patriots. All right, fair
Okay.
enough. Ravens versus Tampa. That's a home game for Tampa.
I'm gonna go upset here, buddy. I'm
Oh no!
sorry.
Oh
I'm
no!
sorry.
I will cancel the show right now. Did you just say you're? Did you just say Tampa? Are you
Can I at
saying
least
that?
explain myself? Can I explain myself?
Yeah, go explain yourself. Go ahead. Yeah.
The Buccaneers have had 2 solid weeks of football. And the Ravens just did not look good last week.
Okay.
Mike Glennon is amazing.
Look, sir. Look. Baltimore's offensive execution errors from last week. I promise. I promise will not be an issue against Tampa's defense. I promise you.
And it's in Tampa.
I don't care. I don't care if it's in. I don't care if it's in. Wait. I don't. I can't think of any places in Tampa. Never mind. I had a joke ready to go there, but I couldn't think of.
But you forgot it.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm actually gonna go Baltimore because I'm smart. All right.
That's a okay.
Baltimore Ravens will win that game. All right.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Steelers versus Cleveland Browns. Ooh, a divisional game. They're playing in Cleveland, Ohio, so keep that in mind.
Okay. You go first. I'm still thinking.
I'm going to actually go Cleveland Browns.
See, I'm heading that direction. I just don't know if I can commit.
Because Pittsburgh's defense,
It's horrible.
I don't see them being able
I
to
don't know.
stop
I don't know if you
Cleveland.
saw this, but this guy on my Twitter was saying that Steelers defense is top 10.
What?
He's said it.
Maybe with all
And
their
then-
starters in, but not now.
And then this other guy came in and was like, "What is wrong with you?"
I think some people.
It was actually pretty funny.
I think some people think that team defenses stay the same from year to year. Like that
Yeah.
statement could have been true, like the last 2 years, but not this year.
Yeah.
So you're going Cleveland, yes or no?
Yeah, I'll go Cleveland.
All right, you're gonna go Cleveland. Okay. Panthers Bengals. They're
Bengals.
playing in Cincinnati.
Bengals don't lose at home, and they're basically gonna pull Patriots, and they're gonna try and destroy the Panthers because you do not get humiliated 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know, man. The Panthers beat Chicago last week, but okay. I'll second that. I'll say Cincinnati as well.
They did beat the Bears last week.
Yeah.
Did you say they almost did? Okay,
I said
thought you
yeah, they did.
almost did.
Yeah, 31-24.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Cincinnati. Okay. So the only game we differ on so far
Is Ravens Buccaneers.
is Ravens Buccaneers. Yes. Okay. Broncos versus. Okay. The next game. That's
You know what? How about this? How many touchdowns does Peyton Manning throw?
Yeah, that's a better game. How many touchdowns does Peyton Manning throw? We're not gonna say who wins. We're gonna say how many does he throw. I'm gonna
Do you
say
think-
4.
Do you think he breaks the record this week? He needs 5 to break it.
Marino
Or
has
does
the
he?
record at 508, right? And he
It's Favre. Favre
oh
has the
Favre,
record.
that's Favre. Okay.
How many did he throw? 4 or 5 last week.
He threw four last week.
So that makes it. Is he at
I think
503?
Peyton's at 503, so he only needs
So that
five
means he has
more.
to. I'll say he gets 5.
You'll say he gets five against the
I'll
Jets?
say he breaks the record.
I'm not going that far. I want to say four, so that way I look smart next week. All right. All right.
Okay. See, I'm
Okay.
just saying it because I want him to get it. I'm saying it because I want to see him break the record.
Oh, I mean, he's going to break the record, but at his own pace.
I want to see him break it. Like, you know what? Can I take it back now? I'll say 4 because I want to see him break the record at home.
Okay.
Because
All
I
right.
kind of enjoy that atmosphere when someone does something like that. Even if I hate the player, I just love the atmosphere that fans give them.
What do you mean if you hate the
Like,
player? Are
like
you
I'm not
speaking
saying I hate
negatively
Peyton.
of?
No,
Okay. All right.
I'm not saying I hate Peyton Manning. I'm just saying like even if it's like a player I do not like at all, if they break a record and they do it at home and like here I'll give you an example. I don't hate Peyton Manning, but this is a wonderful example. When he came back to the Indianapolis last year on Sunday Night Football,
Mm-hmm.
and the Colts fans gave him a standing ovation, I almost cried.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cause that was, I don't know, man. It was just, that shows how much love fans have for the sport and for past players, especially.
The day he retires, I'll probably shed maybe like two or three tears, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings in Minneapolis. Who do you got in that one?
I'll go Vikings.
What? Okay.
Calvin,
You're right.
Calvin
You're right.
got,
You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm
you were
sorry.
about to go
I
off.
was about to really destroy you right here on, but never mind. I thought about it. Okay.
Jacoy Bell is back.
Joik.
Joik, man, shut up. I don't care. I'm just
You
gonna say
called him
Bell.
Jacoy last week too, and I let it
Bell
slide.
is back, but I don't think that really matters.
Uh, this one is tough. I think. Um,
And Teddy Bridgewater's back.
is this Teddy? Oh, he's Bridgewater is playing it. You sure?
Oh, he was 100%.
All right,
They
I'll
were
go
saying
Minnesota.
they were saying last week that if the Packers game was on Friday, he would have played it.
Yeah. Also, I lied on there and said that he would play.
Yeah,
He ended up not playing.
you definitely
Oh well. Oh
miss.
well. You know, it's the third episode. What are you gonna
We
do?
all make mistakes.
Packers versus Dolphins.
Packers,
That's. Oh wait, you didn't let me finish. It's a home game for Miami.
Packers.
You're saying Packers anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm saying Green Bay as well. By the way.
Okay. Okay.
Next game is Jaguars versus Titans. Will the Jaguars
Jaguar.
get their first win?
Yes, they do. I bet you.
Okay.
They will get there. I'm kind of saying this because I hate it when teams suck, and I kind of want to see Blake Bortles play well against a very bad defense in the Titans. I
Um.
just want to see the team be successful like longer than one quarter. Like, can we all just see that? Can we just have 4 quarters of good football with Jacksonville?
um. They're playing in Tennessee. I don't know if the crowd really makes that big of a difference for Tennessee like that, but I'm gonna
This
say
the safe pick is the Titans, but I'm just gonna go with the
the
Jaguars
safe pick
because
is the Titans.
yeah.
But I don't want to be that guy in this situation because it is Jacksonville of all people. But I'm gonna say Jacksonville as well. I'll go with you on that.
Okay.
Chargers versus Raiders. This is a home game for Oakland. Will Oakland
Chargers.
get their first win? No.
No,
Okay.
no.
I don't know why I asked that. Okay. Bears versus Falcons. They're playing in Atlanta. Playing in the Dome for Matt Ryan.
You go first. I'm still thinking.
I'm gonna steal your answer because I already know you're gonna say this.
Okay, what am I gonna say?
Hunter's gonna say
That Matt
Atlanta
Ryan
because
is
Matt
good
Ryan
at
can throw
home.
really well in a dome. There you go.
You are right, sir. You
Yes.
knew I was gonna say it.
I knew it. I knew it. Yeah.
Falcons win.
Falcons win.
You know me too well.
Yeah, that's the one thing I know about you. Period. I know that you think that Matt Ryan.
And you know what's gonna happen too. Like you feel it happening.
Yeah, Chicago secondary just can't handle. Atlanta,
Julio
unfortunately.
Jones, Roddy White,
But you
Steven.
never actually said you're not on air saying Atlanta.
Oh, I did. Oh, Atlanta will win. I thought I
Oh,
said it.
okay, yes, Atlanta. All right. So this next one is very, very interesting.
It is.
I
It's
hope that I can
very.
actually watch this one because out of all these games, this one
Oh,
is probably my favorite.
bro, it's the Cowboys. Of course, we'll be able to watch it.
All right,
I mean,
cool.
the Cowboys games just somehow crap onto my TV every week. Every
Because they're always
week.
entertaining, always.
Uh,
Everyone
sort
loves
of.
to watch a good offensive line.
I mean, I'm guessing we're both going to say that the Seahawks are going to win.
Whoa, whoa,
Now,
whoa, hold on.
are you picking the
Am I
Cowboys
picking the Cowboys to beat Seattle?
in
Are you asking
Seattle?
me that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want
See,
to.
you tell me. The fact that you're considering this is puzzling because you got mad
Oh,
at
sorry.
me
Hold on.
for saying the
Sorry. I
Buccaneers.
didn't know they were playing a CenturyLink until I looked at it. Sorry. My bad.
Oh,
My
see, I
bad.
was about to say,
Rookie mistake, okay?
dang.
I'm saying Seattle, alright?
Even if it was in the stadium or the Cowboy
Nah,
Stadium,
I'd give it to Dallas at home, I
there'd
promise you.
still be like 3/4 Seahawk fans there. I mean, it's
I,
not like,
that is true because there were a lot of Texans fans at that Dallas
bruh.
game.
At week one, there were like more 49ers fans than Cowboys fans at the game. Week one.
Why is that?
I I don't know.
It's Dallas. Alright.
I I'm gonna go ask any Cowboys fans I know that question.
Yeah, ask Tony Romo's elite in our fantasy league.
I'll go ask him.
So you're saying Seattle?
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask you, how many games does Seattle lose this year?
At the beginning of the year, I said they'd lose three, and I think I'm still gonna stick with it.
Okay. That is my answer as well.
Because I felt like they'd lose like one game like the Chargers. I didn't think they'd lose against the Chargers, and I think they'll lose one against the Niners, and they'll lose one. I can't remember their schedule.
Don't they play Arizona?
I think they might lose against Arizona. Like
Arizona at home,
all
I
the
think.
their loss, they would have two division losses, and then they'd have like one loss, which happened to be against the Chargers.
Um, yeah, they're playing Arizona twice. So I actually agree with you. I think they lose 3 games this year.
13-3 is very respectable.
Skip Bayless has them going 15-1.
Ooh,
That's
bold.
very bold. Very
That
bold.
is very
I would,
bold.
even though Seattle won Monday, I'd reevaluate that pick if I were him. But anyway, moving on. Redskins versus Cardinals. This is a really, really tough one because the Redskins are fantastic. So who do you got in this one?
The Redskins are fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's best to say it in a normal voice and just kind of go with it. Redskins are good.
And
So
like try not to laugh at it after you said it.
yeah, Redskins are they're pretty
Is
good.
is there a smile going on your face as you said that?
I love not having the webcam on now, so that way I can say
Yeah.
sarcastic stuff and it not even show up.
Yeah, I'll go Cardinals.
I'll go Cardinals as well. There's no reason not to. I gotta be boring. All
See,
right.
see, the Sunday night game is beautiful
Yes, it is. The New York Giants, who are completely transformed on offense now,
against a
and
rough Eagles team that doesn't know what they're doing.
the rough Eagles defense, and LaShawn McCoy has yet to get loose. Interesting. This is an interesting matchup. I
It is
honestly,
very.
I wouldn't flaw you either way for picking either team. I could wholeheartedly agree with either pick. Let me go first. I'm saying Philly wins this. Okay?
Oh, you said Philly wins?
Yeah.
Okay. See, my brain was working so hard that I didn't even hear you when
I
you said
came in and
that.
helped you. I could hear
Okay.
your brain just bleeding.
I'll go Giants.
Giants? Okay.
I will go. See, I knew we'd both pick different on this game as I looked at it.
Yeah.
I just knew it.
We gotta be different sometimes.
I think this week we've been very different.
We have. We have.
Or well, I'll say more different than we've been. How about that?
Yeah, usually we're pretty much on the same page.
Yeah.
Monday night, October 13th, 49ers will face off against the St. Louis Rams. It is a home game for St. Louis, if that matters.
No.
You say San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Austin Davis, I think he'll have another big game. I mean, I feel
Mm,
sorry for him. I feel sorry for him because he's in the NFC West. I know
yeah.
I feel horrible for him. He like got the worst luck you possibly could
Yeah.
on a bad team to begin with. But I think this will be a very good game.
Mm,
I think it could be like last week's and be like, or yeah, last week that like the Rams will be closer than people expect, at least in
uh,
the final score wise.
this one's tough for me because I've watched zero Rams games, so don't even have any idea. All I saw was the score when they were playing up against who did they play last week?
Who? The Rams?
Eagles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles.
All I saw was the score. I was like, okay, yeah, I guess they can put points up, but it is the Eagles, so I'm going to say San Francisco because I think going the boring route in that case makes more sense
Yeah,
because San Francisco's defense looks better
and I have
after.
too many upsets already, so I can't really go with any more.
Yeah, you used all your upsets already.
I use like my upsets for the year.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our picks for week 6. I know that there's going to be some controversy when we do this next Wednesday, but for right now, I'm feeling very confident with mine.
I'm actually very confident with mine too.
We'll see.
We
I'm
will we will
hoping that
see.
one week we'll actually have someone, me or you or someone else, get every game right.
It's not gonna happen, but I really hope it does.
I think
Like
this is my week, man. This is my
I
week.
know this is your week.
Yeah.
I really hope not, because then I would have got destroyed. See, we both need to go back and count like our records for the year. I'm gonna do that next week.
Yeah,
On the
because it's a
next
pretty
on
short
next
segment.
week's on next week's podcast, I'm gonna I'll have both of our records set, and so we can keep it going, and we'll see who wins at the end of the year.
Hmm. Oh, have you
I, will-
heard
I will do that.
the news about I think I told you this already, but the New Orleans Saints not drafted, but they picked up a new tight end
Yeah,
because
the
of
new
Jimmy
tight end.
Graham's shoulder issues.
Yeah.
Forgot his name, but his last name's Crabtree. So does that matter for to the Saints?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no, because you're going from Jimmy Graham to someone who was like a free agent.
Trust me, that will be mentioned in the fantasy version of this podcast, though.
And it's in a league where there's maybe 10 tight ends that are good, and that's it. Everyone else is average.
Okay, fair enough. So, did you have any insanely interesting opinion questions to ask me about Week 5 or the NFL in general?
I kind of want to see, because we never really dug into this a whole lot, but I want to kind of get your opinion on this whole Adrian Peterson thing,
Oh,
because he started he went to court today,
oh
and now
man.
they're having another hearing, I think, on the first, December 1st. Someone's gonna correct me on this. It was the first of some month this year. I just can't remember which one. It was either November or December.
The first of some month.
Yeah. What is your opinion on the whole matter, on the whole situation?
On the entire situation.
On the entire situation.
I
Because see, we didn't.
promised these people that we wouldn't do any off-field discussions, and you bring up Adrian Peterson. But I'll do it though. I'll do it
You'll
because
do it.
there's new developments, as you said. So,
Did you see the quote from his attorney, or from not his yeah his attorney?
the
He
only thing I
said
saw. All right, sorry, go
he
ahead.
said we're moving on to the next court hearing, and he was copying what Bill Belichick said last week about we're going on to Cincinnati.
We're moving on to Cincinnati.
We're moving on to Cincinnati. He said we're moving on to the next court hearing.
That's funny.
That got a chuckle out of me.
Uh, like I said, man, no combination of words from me about Adrian Peterson hasn't already been uttered. But I will say, the proceedings and the evidence and all that jazz of what happened with him and his son. It tarnished my regard for him as an NFL. Well, not so much a player because obviously that can't be taken away from him, but as a person, I guess it does shake you up a little bit. But yeah, I'm not bothered.
You're not bothering?
Nah, I'm not. The Ray Rice thing actually was more struck more of a chord with me than Adrian
Well,
Peterson.
especially because you're a Ravens fan, so you got to look and you kind of knew more about his offside, not offside, off the field.
Yeah.
You kind of knew what he did more. I said offside. You knew more about his like off the field stuff than your average NFL
But Justin Forsett is doing a pretty good job of making me forget that we had Ray Rice.
fan.
Doing a great job.
I forgot about Ray Rice till you mentioned him. So
Yeah, that happened like 6 months ago, I think, when we initially heard about all that.
yeah.
I thought you were going to ask me my opinion about off field issues in general, like how they've been as a whole for the NFL.
See, that would have been a great question, but I didn't even think
That
about
would
it.
have been a great question, but you went
That would
you
have
went
been
Adrian
wonderful.
Peterson instead.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
You're a rookie, man. It's fine. It's fine.
You're right. You're right.
Um, yeah, I think the trend so far within the first 5 weeks, it's everything that I hoped it'd be. It's full of stuff that doesn't make sense. It's full of drama. It's some of it is predictable, which I like, but
But some of it's
so
unpredictable.
a lot of it has been.
Yeah.
The thing that mainly has me shook up is the Patriots game against the Bengals. I still can't really like that one's really kind of messed up my mindset for how to pick games for the whole rest of the season. Um, Especially New England games. But yeah, I'm liking the season so far.
I have no comment about the Patriots for the rest of the year.
Well, good, good. That's awesome. Um, but I think we should only talk about New England for maybe 3 minutes per episode. That's about all I can handle. I think we've already exceeded that.
I dare you.
Well, that's all I've got for week 5 in general. I think this has been a very fun filled episode. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. I feel like I this has been one of the better weeks of me picking teams to win.
I think so. Also,
I feel like there's a lot of drama involved in this.
there really is, and the fantasy version is, most definitely going to have. There's going to be even more mistakes in that, but that's a separate
Well,
issue.
that's a separate issue.
But do you got anything else that's noteworthy or?
Um, I think we got it all, boss.
Okay, all right. Well, we thank everyone for tuning in to another episode of the Harry Knuckles podcast with me, your host Chad, and of course I'm not by myself. I couldn't have done it without Hunter. So
Oh, thank you.
we appreciate the view, guys, and y'all have a good one.
Everyone